Hi and welcome to Travel Buddies. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been with us before, welcome back. And if you just slid by, saw the title, and decided to click on, welcome. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the scariest vacation that I've taken since traveling. This vacation actually was a great vacation. I'll just say that and I'll put that out there. But something transpired that was very scary. And if you want to stick around and hear about it, stay tuned. You stuck around, so you want to hear about it. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, this vacation happened in, I want to say 2019 maybe, was when this vacation happened. Now, let me give you a little backstory on everything before we start this about this vacation. This vacation, we decided to do this vacation when it was a spur of the moment vacation. Let's just say that. Let's just put that out there on the table like that. So my spouse is the type of person where he watches all his surroundings, and he's just like extra when we on vacation, right? To make sure that we safe or whatnot. So this vacation, I think he kind of let his hair down on this vacation, and he bald headed, by the way. So I think he let his hair down on this vacation. So this is what happened. We went ahead and we decided to stay at this resort that was kind of close to everything, and that's we was in Bahamas. I didn't want to put it out there, but I'm gonna put it out there. And so we were at the resort, chilling, relaxing, decided to stay mostly on the resort. Well, hubby likes to, if y'all been watching me a while, he likes to venture out and go see the sights of the country that we're in. All good, all gravy, all great. So we were at the resort for the majority of the time, and they kept talking about, if y'all watch my carnival vacation video, then you'll know that everybody kept asking us to go down to the fish fry. But we were like, nah, we're not going down to the fish fry. So we were just chilling on the resort. And hubby decided, it's time. It's time to see the actual country. Now, we didn't chilled around. We didn't drink these mimosas. We didn't, kick back at the pool. We didn't swam. We didn't put our feet in the beach. We didn't sunbathe. We didn't did all the touristy type of resort things. Now it's time to do the touristy type of vacationing things by visiting locals. So that's what we said we were going to do. So that day, we were talking to everybody, and everybody was saying, yeah, you need to go downtown and visit the shops, the local shops, as well as, go ahead and check out Fish Fry. Still didn't know what Fish Fry was. Was it? So they showing you all these different places that have the different cheap, not cheap, I'm going to say the more inexpensive, but the same items, but they're a little more inexpensive, but they're the same items. So anyway, we like, yes, they got all these shops. You're going through, passing through people's houses to get there. They got little alleys, all these different, and one was down the walkway, through a back street, through an alley, through another back street, right? And I think we were the only tourists that decided to go all the way back there. Like, they had some that was, stopping at the first little streets or whatever. But as far as cutting through the little alleyways, that was us. So then, after we left out the place, we come back another little way. We're like, let's walk down here and come back through, and go around. We want to explore, okay? So we walking around these little streets or whatever, not knowing we're going to find little alleyways to come back up and go around. So hubby, was talking to everybody as we passed. Everybody speaking, how you doing? How you doing? And so he's speaking to everybody real cool or whatever. So we go down this other little, so we saw this little duck off street light. And the street light it goes like this, but you could tell it like turns. Well, we didn't know it like turns because it looks like a driveway. But some of the streets that we was walking down kind of look like driveways. So we was walking down this little like driveway. And people speaking, how you doing? How you doing? And so we go to the driveway. The main street is here. The main street, all this. We done been all the way. We back about back here somewhere, okay? So we coming back up or whatever. So this other street we came in, it goes back this way. So we just trying to, maneuver back up to the main street. So we like maneuvering. So then we get to this street and it takes us going back this way, right? So we go back this way or whatever. So we walking down this way or whatever. And our street, again, is up here. So we go back down this way. And so we start walking. Now you don't see any people. Like it's no people. So we like going around. It's just houses, but there's no people. So we walking. And then, so when we walking past or whatever, we get down to this other little alleyway, and because we walked maybe about a half a block. So we walked, and then they had another street coming this way. So we took the street again. All this back here on this side was just people houses, but nobody was outside like the ones back closer to where we were. So it's nobody outside or whatnot. So we walking past, Then we had to take another little alleyway. Now this alleyway looked like, I don't know, but it was just a little bitty skinny alleyway. I think me and hubby could fit, and maybe another person in it. And I have hips, okay, to walk down this little bitty alleyway. I don't know why we decided to take that alleyway instead of continuing on the road. So we found a big alleyway, but that's what we decided to do. So we took this little alleyway because it was coming up this way, and when it was coming up this way, they had like another little turn. You could see that it turns again. So, but we was coming up, so that's why we was like, okay, we'll just take it. But it didn't have houses on either side. It was just like a brick wall on either side. So we walking down this little alleyway or whatnot, and we walking by this little alleyway. In the middle of the alleyway, there was like some stairs, and looked like a little a house that was sitting up there. And then they had another one kind of sitting a little bit further. But this one had two guys sitting on their little paddyway thing or whatever. And then walking up, they had a lady and another person sitting on that one. So when we was walking, the lady and the other person that was sitting over there, they were like, "How y'all doing?" And so we spoke. But we was walking past, and I was on this side, and we was walking past, the guy, they had a whole bunch of trees. The guy's front door and stuff was kind of covered with trees and stuff, but I saw them sitting down. You had to be looking over there to see it. Now you could see the two stairs, but everything else was grass, right? So it just looked like it was nothing, but I saw the two guys sitting in there. And right when I was about to turn to tell hubby, that's when we were passing the ladies that were sitting, on their steps or whatever, but theirs was cleaned off, you could look straight up and see their house. So she was like, "How y'all doing? How y'all doing?" It was like, "Hey, how you doing?" or whatever, and we walking past or whatnot. So I told hubby, I said, "You saw the other house with the guys sitting in front of their door?" And he was like, "Nah, I ain't see them." So we walking or whatnot, and so we got to another one with two stairs or whatever, and they just had trees, but you could still kind of see their house. And they had a guy sitting on his stairs. So I was like, "Oh, like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was like that." So he spoke to the guy, "How you doing?" And so the guy was like, So he was smoking cigarettes sitting on the stairs. So we walking. So I'm like, "Oh." I told hubby, I said, "I think we have to get back because our ride, we told him to be there at a certain time." So I said, and I think by this time, it was because we had been shopping a long time. So I think about this time, it was, I want to say our ride was supposed to be there for 4. And I think at this time, it was 3:55, something like that. It was almost 4 o'clock. So I was like, "Come on." So, we started walking, briskly to get to, because at first we were just strolling, looking, la 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 la. So I looked down when we passed the last little guy we spoke to or whatever, and the street started turning this way, going towards the front main street. So we still walking down this alleyway or whatever, and when we passed the lady we spoke, then we passed the guy, which was maybe about 4 feet up. And we saw the other guy. We spoke. He didn't speak. So we still had maybe about 5 feet to walk to get to where it was turning to head towards our street. And our street, once you turn there, you saw our street, like our street was right there. So we had to walk like maybe 2 blocks to get to our street. We saw our street. So we was like, okay, because we didn't know where we was walking. So, and the reason I said that is because when we passed the guy, I looked down at my clock and I said, oh, hubby, we playing around. I said, we got 5 minutes to meet our car back to where we were going because we told him we was going to be for 4. So he was like, okay, he was like, well, let's go. So we started walking and walking, briskly, because still we didn't know that once you got there, the turn was going to be right there and we was going to have 2 blocks. We didn't know that. So it was like, okay. So I started like walking faster. So as we walking, I'm hearing footsteps. Now, I'm not crazy. So I kind of look back and I see the guys that were sitting on those stairs in the back, like kind of walking briskly behind us, which I didn't notice before. But okay, as when we passed them and we was passing the lady, that's when I had looked at the clock and I said, oh, hubby, I said, it's 4:55. I said, we got to get back. And we didn't know where and how far we had to go. That's what it was. So once we did that, we started walking briskly to get to the car. And then we saw the guys on the thing. Hubby spoke to him, but we were like, at this point, we like briskly walking faster. So I look back and I see the guys that were sitting back there on the chair. They was like, first they were walking slowly. When I looked down at the clock, they were coming walking, but they wasn't walking as fast as we were walking. So when I looked down at the clock and I was like, it's 4:55, I was like, come on, hubby. So we started walking and I turned back to look and I see them kind of start picking up their walk too. So we like picking up our walk because we like, damn, we got to get back. We don't know where we're going. So we get to the corner of where the little turn is. We didn't know if we had to go this way or this way. And luckily it had to go this way. And when we went this way, we started walking or whatever. And there was like no buildings like right there for about a block. And then when you get to the next block, it was. So we started like briskly walking. So some told me to look back, but I didn't tell hubby because see, hubby would be the type of person to be like, hey, you need something? So I like turned back around and I like kind of noticed them, side-eye noticed them like kind of briskly walking behind us. So we like briskly walking, and I'm not telling hubby why we briskly walking. He just know we got to get to our ride. So I'm just briskly walking, but I'm still like kind of looking back at old dude. So we get to this block. Then they started being like other people because it's like a block off the main street. So it's like buku people, like, tourists, people walking or whatever. And I told hubby, at this point, once we got to this street and there's other people outside, I said, I think that dude was following us because he like just stopped. Like once we hit that corner where everybody was, to cross over to get to that last little block to get to the main street, he just stopped. And I said, hubby, I really think that dude was following us. He was like, who? And I'm like, nobody. I ain't see nothing. I ain't see a thing. And then I look back again once we got to the corner, and he just like lounging around back in the back, just like standing there like pacing, like walking back and forth, just like chilling. And then we turned the corner. We crossed over to go this way because we didn't know if our driver was meeting us this way or if he was meeting us this way. So we went to cross over because they had some more shops and stuff, a lot of shops on that corner. And then we were going to walk back and just to see, if our driver was going to be there. And as we were walking back, he like sitting in a duck off just like looking like the dude like I could look and see him, but you could tell he was just like defeated, like I can't wait till somebody else can walk down here, like I ain't gonna miss my opportunity this time. I'm guessing that's what dudes say, but I don't know. But it was like really scary because if it wasn't 4:55, I think we would have been strolling, and I think dude would have got us. Cause I really sensed it because when I looked up there, you could tell they were up to no good. Like literally, when I looked up there, cause the way they were, and I'm not saying that it wasn't their house. But you could tell because he like jumped up and kind of like started walking down the stairs. And we passed the ladies and they spoke. And I looked down at my clock and I said, hubby, it's 3:55. And then we start briskly walking. And I mean, walking, because we didn't know where we were going. Like, if it would have turned back this way and we had to go and take another loop to another street to go this way, like, we didn't know. We didn't know if we was going to turn back and go loop-de-loops the way we came, because we took a lot of loop-de-loops to get to that little driveway thing. So I didn't know where we had to go. So I'm like, hubby, we don't know where we at. We got to get back to our driver. So we just started like walking fast. And I just happened to look back and see him kind of like trying to walk fast. Now, if he would have took a run on it, then, we had to turn around and put a run on him. But it was kind of scary, y'all. And when we got in the car, whatever, and I was telling hubby, he was like, why you didn't say nothing before? I could have, I was like, I didn't know this guy. We didn't know what he was all about. He was like, because back then, hubby was like, it was going to be whatever it was going to be. And I was like, you know what? Now he's a little better with it. But so I was telling the driver, that, and he was like, it could have been, I don't put it past. He was like, I don't even know why y'all went off that beaten path. Because when you travel, you don't go off a beaten path to find nothing. But we just was like, la la la, like, you forget your common sense when you travel.